this episode starts, gusto ko mag-shoutout sa Podmetrics. Podmetrics is a platform we use to get all of the data we need for our shows. From who listens to us, all the way to where they are. Sa lahat ng platforms na gamit natin sa podcast ay nagagamit na rin natin sa Podmetrics at nakikita. So, pwede ka rin mag-integrate gamit ng Podmetrics doon sa mga Facebook or YouTube pages natin para mas makita natin kung ano yung data ng ating mga streams. If ikaw ay isang podcaster or you want to start your podcast, visit podmetrics.co and use the code MTG Show Podcast. Again, that's podmetrics.co and use the code MTG Show Podcast. Let's go back to the regular programming. So let's start. We're going to do the proper introduction. Welcome to the welcome to the Unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. Every week, this is the MTG Show Podcast. So, but I decided to do the thing kasi alam niyo, habang nire-record ko to, in-announce din ng WWE na The Fiend, Bray Wyatt will defend the Universal Championship against Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns at WWE Payback. Ano to? No holds barred to. No holds barred. Just to remind everybody. Kasi alam nyo, Roman Reigns just made his return since WrestleMania week. And the thing that he got from that assault from to the Fiend actually is a title shot. Ewan ko, but oo, sabihin ko, surprise, but de, so, today, on this episode, we're going to talk about the wrestling news of the week, last week, and then, we're going to talk about TakeOver SummerSlam, and my thoughts and reactions about WWE Payback. Actually, this 1 week away thing is just ridiculous. Ridiculous in my opinion. Kasi I know there's a draft. Baka matuloy yung draft kasi probably they're going to push that thing. Pero wala pa din. WWE is still WWE naman. So, we're going to start with the major headlines for the week actually. So, let's start with Renee Young. Renee Young is set to leave after the SummerSlam weekend. She announced the official announcement na aalis na siya ng WWE. Probably wala pa siyang reasons kung bakit talaga siya aalis. Pero meron siyang letter na nilabas sa Instagram niya na makikita niyo pa rin siya sa backstage ng Fox. So probably iniisip ko baka si Renee ay mag-stay pa rin sa Fox instead of the WWE. Meron ding rumors, putang ina rumors yan. Rumors na baka si Renee Young is going to AEW. And I don't think Renee Young is going to WWE, to AEW. AEW. Hindi ko rin iniisip na pupunta rin siya doon. Kasi andun nga yung asawa niya, si Jon Moxley. Hindi ko rin iniisip na baka she is going to retire in the sport obviously. Baka pumunta na siya ng ESPN or Fox for other sports obviously. Pero hindi ko siya iniisip so far. Pero the possible thing lang is Renee Young is going to Fox based on the letter that she said last night on her Twitter account or an Instagram account. So, which means baka mag-stay siya na ano, wrestling fan pa din, pero hindi na siya employee ng WWE. Same as CM Punk. So, yun muna ang aking biggest story of the week. So, let's talk about Raw one by one. So, the opener pro open naman. The opener pro, nakita natin yung isa na namang assault by Retribution. Sino ba hindi masusurpresa dito? Di na ako magugulat sa payback. Merong isang match na i-screw tong mga inuyupak na to. For sure. Isang match sa card ng payback. They are going to screw it up due to Retribution. Wala naman akong ibang masasabi about this thing. So, let's move on. So, Nia Jax returns from her so-called suspension. That's a, easy 2-week suspension to be honest. Parang inassault niya si Shayna Baszler and then parang nagpunta sa underground si Shayna and then hinahamon niya si Nia Jax in a underground match pero ewan ko baka nireject din to ni Nia. Di ko pa sure to. Kino-confirm ko pa kasi right now kasi ongoing pa lang yung Raw this week. Pero hindi ko na siya isinasama sa ano. So I decided to do episodes kasi Tuesday nagre-record ako. Kaya naiipit talaga tong live episode ng Raw. So meanwhile, speaking of return, Mickey James is back but unfortunately she lost by countout to Natalia. To be honest, lame yan, lame. Sobrang lame nun. Putang ina. 4 minutes, walang entrance kahit ano. 4 minutes. Imagine that. Come back, wala kang entrance, wala kang kahit ano. 4 minutes, count out lang yung defeat mo. 'Di ba ang gago? WWE, do something about this, man. Do something. Nakakapagbigay nga kayo ng spotlight kina Bayley and Sasha despite the fact that they are a SmackDown talents. Take advantage lang nila yung pagiging World Tag Team Champions. Kaya sila nakakapunta diyan. Don't worry. Pag na-drop yung titles, wala na sila diyan. That's the deal naman eh. 'Di ba? That's the deal naman eh. The only champion na pwedeng pumunta ng SmackDown, Raw, NXT vice versa is the 24/7 champion and the women's tag champs. So yun lang naman eh. Yun lang naman talaga ang deal dito sa tag titles na 'to eh. And then sa Raw Underground naman, first time nagkaroon ng no contest between two wrestlers in the Raw Underground. So, it's gonna be Redrick Moss and Arturo Ruas. Ano to eh, parang sa NXT to. Sa NXT to. Oh, sure ko sa NXT to. Wala man akong comments kasi hindi ko siya natapos nung last week. Kaya natapos ko pa lang siya ngayon. So, di na ako magbibigay ng side comment. So, obviously, meron 4 title changes, I think. 4? 3? Of the 24/7 championship. Hindi ko na siya i-mention. Basta yun. Alam niyo na kung sino yun. Naawa lang talaga ako kay Cedric Alexander. From being a 205 Live member, naging ganto na siya. Naging lumpa-lumpa na to eh. No offense, pero parang ganun talaga tingin ko kay Cedric ngayon. Parang lumpa-lumpa-lumpa-loop. Lumpa-lip-lip-loop. Ganun lang ang tingin ko eh. Yun lang, parang sinasayang talaga nila yung talent ng, ng wrestler eh, di ba? So, and then, another confrontation by Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler during the Raw Underground. Sana naman masettle na tong putang ina to. I don't want to see this feud longer. I'm sick of it. To be honest, I'm sick. Umay na ako dito, man. Umay na ako, sobra. Ito, tong feud na to, last ano pa to eh, Money in the Bank pa to. August na ngayon, man. they are still doing this thing. I'm sick of it, to be honest. I'm sick of it. So let's proceed, and then Drew McIntyre comes out to save Randy Orton, to save Shawn Michaels from Randy Orton. So parang ni Orton si Michaels doon. Excuse. And then doon niya sinave. Wala namang nangyari. Then Orton RKO's Drew McIntyre to end Raw. So basically, ngayon pa lang natin malalaman yung fallout ng Raw. Pero next week ko na siya i-feature dito sa podcast. So probably may announcement ako nga ilalabas this week. Baka magbago pa yun. Ewan ko, pina-finalize ko pa yun. So let's proceed to Impact Wrestling. So first story of the week for Impact is in-announce nila yung Bound for Glory for October 24, 2020. And Emergence pala yung show nila last week and this week's episode. So the headline here is Motor City Machine Guns defending the impacted Tyrannos versus the North, and they defeated the North to retain the Tyrannos. Actually, di na ako surprise na Motor City Machine Guns palang tatalo dito. And then, there's a new X-Division champion sa pagkatao ni Rohit Raju, yung Indian na di ko mamukaan. Di ko na mamukaan. Basta ito yung short hair din to, panigurado ko. Di ko siya mamukaan sa Impact kasi di na ako nanonood masyado ng Impact. Ang interesting lang talaga sa akin dito, to be honest, is the Russell House. The Russell House kasi parang ang ganda nung ideya na yun, pero wala siya this week and next week. So baka bumalik na lang siya sa episode ng Impact probably. And wala na ng big deal dito. So and last thing pala Moose was attacked by EC3. So ito yung isa sa mga bagay na kukumpuse ako eh. So bakit inattack ni EC3 si Moose? Pwede naman siya maging Impact World Champion. Yung totoong World Championship talaga ng Impact Wrestling. So, bakit inatake niya yung parang stunt double? 'Di ba? Parang iniisip ko, ayaw mo dun sa original World Champion, instead inatake mo yung carbon copy. Parang carbon copy kasi the TNA Heavyweight title is now retired kasi. So, I call it carbon copy na lang instead of the fake champion. And then, let's proceed to NXT since walang AEW nung Thursday. So, Johnny Gargano is in the ladder match. Mamaya i-up ko yung review dito sa podcast din. Sabay-sabay na. So, yeah, no violent reactions against Johnny Gargano. Pero mamaya, may sasabihin ako sa inyo yung rant. So, Legado del Fantasma defeated Asaya Scott and Brisango. Man, they are parang pinupush talaga nila na parang nire-refer talaga nila si Fantasma. Si Santos Escobar as the true Cruiserweight Champion. Pabalik na ang NXT UK. So, pwede ring doon na lumabas yung tunay na universal na universal lagi na ako Yung tunay na Cruiserweight Champion na si sino nga ba tong Cruiserweight Champion nila? Nakalimutan ko kasi yung Cruiserweight Champion niya. Sobrang tagal na nung niya. Yun, si Jordan Devlin. Naalala ko na, si Jordan Devlin. Parang, ang expectation ko dito, parang magkakaroon sila ng unification probably after of this pandemic or pwede ring ewan ko, wala pa akong ideya paano sila mag-unification dito. So, dalawa pa rin ang Cruiserweight Champion natin. And then, then next, Pat McAfee face-to-face with Adam Cole. Ayun, Beach World lang. Beach World lang yung highlight dito. I'm going to beat you like a bitch. Sabi ni Adam Cole. So, ganun. Wala namang big deal. Mamaya ilalabas ko kung bakit. So, and then finally, Velveteen Dream is in the ladder match. Obviously, he defeated Finn Balor to be part of the ladder match. So, kompleto na yung field ng episode na to. So, yun na. Parang sa akin, di na ako nasurpresa doon kasi Velvet and Dream yan. Velvet and Dream is still Velvet and Dream. Pero, here's the thing. Madaming lumalabas ngayon na rants, stuff about Velvet and Dream doon sa niya. Sa case niya nga, baka na gusto niya lang ipa-fire si Velvet and Dream sa WWE due to the allegations niya against him. And parang tahimik yata ng NXT or WWE about this thing. That's why WWE fans hate him right now. Daming may ayaw kay Dream kasi dahil doon. So, yun. And then, the SmackDown live from the Thunderdome. Live to, live. So, the opener of the show is obviously Vince McMahon welcoming the fans to the Thunderdome, and then the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, interrupts and comes to the ring, and then Braun Strowman saves the day, and then face to face, lumawala na si Vince dito. And then, dumating yung Retribution to interrupt, and then inatake nila si Braun since the Fiend disappear. And then, sinave na to ng SmackDown roster. And then, ayan, nawala na. And then, Braun didn't return the favor. And then, sinuntok niya din si Drew Gulak and Jey Uso. So, may reactions dito kasi parang tinuloy-tuloy nila tong Retribution na to. Kung gusto niyo maging relevant na to, dapat doon kaya sa WWE title nag-interfere. That would make sense. Ito wala kasi ibang feud to Parang parang may asawa ka tas nagkakantutan kayo diyan. Nagulo yung niyo dahil lang sa asungot na pulis. Parang gano'n yung nangyari nga. Kasi naro-ruin yung surprise Naro-ruin yung moments na dapat para kina Bray or kina Braun. Wala WWE logic. And then Cesaro and Nakamura defeated Lucha House Party in a tag titles match. And then nag-argument na tong sila Kalisto and Lince Dorado. Parang tine-taste out na nila tong split up ng Lucha House Party. Sana hindi. Sana hindi pa. Pero yun ang possible ngayon na gagawin nila tong singles competitor tong tatlo. So, makes sense. And then, so, nag-promo nga si Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose back and forth. Di ko alam kung sino nauna nga doon. And then, Sonya Deville goes out and then in-announce niya na the match at SummerSlam will be a no disqualification. Loser leaves the WWE match. And mamaya ko siya i-discuss obviously kasi review na natin mamaya. So, and then Jeff Hardy is now a 5-time Intercontinental Champion. He defeated AJ Styles to win the title. So, ang tuwan-tuwa ako nun, pero sana hindi na siya sabog lagi, no? Just kidding. Kasi naalala ko kay Jeff Hardy palagi is yung 2011 Victory Road matchup with Sting. Yun ang lagi ko naaalala kay Jeff. Hindi ko mawawala-wala sa isip ko yun. And then, obviously, Braun Strowman invades the Firefly Funhouse and then inassault niya nga si Finn doon. And then nung isasakay na sa ambulance si Bray Wyatt, lumabas si The Fiend, parang walang nangyari. So, that's the end of the show on SmackDown, and then let's proceed to AEW. So, first thing foremost on AEW, so, bakit po Saturday ang AEW? Dahil po sa NBA. Yun lang ang dahilan kung bakit Saturday ang AEW na to. Because sinabayan din sila noong NBA playoffs. Kaya anong nangyari nga, sabayan din ng AEW tong takeover. So I'm going to discuss them later. So let's start. So FTR defeated Private Party in a tag match, and then Tully Blanchard is now part Tully Blanchard is now part of FTR. Dahil nga doon sa mga nangyari last week doon sa appreciation night, baka yun ang dahilan kaya sumama na rin sa FTR to si Tully Blanchard. Ano nga pala. Where's Ty Dillinger, or ano nga ba pangalan na to? Nalimutan ko ang pangalan na to. Si Sean Spears? Saan na yun? Ano siya, jobber na din? What? Ewan ko, hindi ko pa siya ulit nakikita sa Dynamite since what? October? November? AEW is just a WWE bootleg because of that. Ginawa rin naman nilang jobber si balik na lang sa WWE, yung ganun. Eh kung ang priority nyo naman, John Moxley, The Elite, Jericho, Orange, putakin nyo na lang. And then, MJF is a big deal. Yung kanyang, yung sign to ban the John Moxley's finisher paradigm shift. 5 billion, ewan ko, 5 billion signs ba to? Signatures? Pero gusto rin ni John Mox na, ni MJF kay John Mox na permahan niya mismo yung deal para hindi niya magamit yung finisher move kay MJF. So, and then, Chris Jericho congratulates Orange Cassidy for beating Jericho last week. Since tiebreaker daw to, challenge ni Jericho si OC sa isang Mimosa Mayhem sa All Out. So, the only way to win Mayhem match, is pinfall, submission, and paghulog sa kalaban sa specific opponent sa Mimosa. Ba't Mimosa lagi sabi ko dito? Mimosa pala yun, Mimosa. And then, Thunder Rosa made her AEW debut, and then challenge niya si Hikaru Shida for a match at AEW All Out. So, in fairness, ang daming napupunta ditong NWA talents. So, parang pipalitan ata sila. Ewan ko. Baka nga si Nick Aldis pumunta na rin ng AEW. Doon ako masusurpresa doon. And then, Ibalis and Diamante defeated Ali and Brandy Rose. Yes! Finally! Hindi nanalo si Ali and Brandy Rhodes. So, parang ina-expect ko kasi dito they are going to win the whole thing kasi dahil nga sa nangyari kay Cody, nangyari sa Bucks, nangyari sa Elite, na sila yung nanalo sa matches. Kaya, na-expect ko din na mananalo yung team nila Ali, and di ako nagkamali, natalo sila. So, yun, next thing is a TNT title match between Brody Lee and Cody Rhodes. Brody Lee defeated Cody Rhodes in a squash match to become your new TNT champion. And then, inassault lahat ng Dark Order, yung members ng Elite. Sila Cody, Dustin Brandy, QT, and Arn Anderson. So to end the thing. So wait lang, medyo sumasakit na yung ano ko, to be honest. Pero nag-record pa rin ako, di ba? So, ayun na nga, that's the major news of the week from different promotions. So, let's talk about other companies. So, let's start with the New Japan Cup 2020 when Kenta defeated David Finlay to win the NJPW. The New Japan Cup, and siya na rin ang number one contender for John Moxley's United States title. So, di pa natin alam kung kailan yung match. Kasi, ano, yung susunod na pay-per-view nila sa Japan kasi yon. So, hindi, makakabiyahe si Max doon, obviously. So, okay na yung, yung case doon sa nag-kidnap kay Mandy and Sonya Deville. Okay na yung kaso. Lahat na charge na siya ng sandamakmak na kaso kasi. And then, she was awarded a temporary injunction against him for stalking her. So, parang case dito, tapos na yung kaso, case closed, pero may trauma pa rin eh. Siyempre, lahat naman siguro na nang ganyan, may trauma yan siyempre. Sino ba namang wala? Sino bang wala? So, then next, another spoiler, EC3 just made his Ring of Honor debut. So, nag-shoot na ulit ang ang ROH sa, hindi ko sure kung ano ba talaga yung pinag-shootingan ng mga to. Kung ano ba to, studio ba to or whatever. So, yan. And then, binalik niya ng AEW yung crowd. So, may Thunderdome sa WWE. Ang AEW, nagbalik sila ng real crowd. Real crowd. 15% capacity. 15. 1-5. So, parang ang nangyari dito, tinapatan nila ng real crowd tong sa WWE. And, ang lame nun, men. Ang lame nun sobra. Kasi, COVID, tapos ganyan, na nagdadala sila ng totoong tao doon sa arena nila. Malayo, alam kong malayo naman based sa map. Malayo doon sa stage yung tao. But still, ang weird pa rin eh. Ang weird pa rin ng trip ng AEW. Ewan ko kung anong trip nila dito eh. Wait lang, nagagalaw yung mic ko. So, next thing is Talking Smack is back. Kababalik lang nila last week. So, ang host nitong Talking Smack nyo to is Kayla Braxton and Xavier Woods. So, para sa akin lang, opinion ko lang to. Medyo na-upset ako kasi wala na nga Renee Young kasi alis na nga si Renee Young ng WWE. Pero tinetesting kasi nila tong si Kayla Braxton for a bigger role sa WWE. Sa pamamagitan nga nitong Talking Smack. Kasi maganda yung niya to be honest. Maganda siya, maganda rin yung nagagawa niya sa SmackDown. Yung ginagawa niya sa The Bump and sa iba pang mga shows and everything ng WWE. So, di na ako na-surpresa kay Xavier Woods, different story kasi ang dami niya nang ginagawa. Wrestler, up, up, down, down. The podcast ng up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. The New Day podcast. So, man, but Xavier Woods, they can get Daniel Bryan. They can get other stuff there other than Xavier Woods. Alright? Pero di ayaw yun Hindi ko ayaw yun Problema lang talaga, but ang dami-dami nilang talent, di nila magamit. 'Di ba? So, and then NXT UK Rises from the Dead starting September 17 on the network and doon pa sa mga networks na pinapalabasan niya sa UK. So, nag-tape na sila doon sa studio, sa BT Studio sa London. In-announce din kasi ito ng takeover. So, BT Studios kasi yung ginamit nila dito. So, hindi yung usual dapat na performance center. Eh, malayo naman yata sa kanila yun eh. So, yun. And then, mamaya ko i-explain tong call up na to. Basta. So, let's proceed for takeover. Since nakaka 30 minutes na ako dito. So, takeover 30 starts with Brisango versus Legado del Fantasma and Birch and Lorcan. Wait lang, gugulo na yung mic ko. Teka. Teka. So, Brisango gets the win. Ewan ko kung ano pa yung gagawin nila dito kay, kay Birch and Lorcan. Siguro baka mag-stay up na lang sila sa 2-5 and then NXT obviously. Pero parang pangit ng maganda yung push ng Brisango kasi ganda na nung nila, things nila na nagagawa sa NXT. Pero iba pa rin talaga yung feeling na iba yung may own sa spotlight, 'di ba? So, pero ba't ganun ang ginagawa nila? And then, ito. Gusto ko, ito yung isa sa mga favorite matches ko on the weekend. The Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher singles match sa TakeOver 30. So, grabe man. Hard hitting. Parang ito yung tunay na wrestling match. Ang ganda nung match up na to. Overall, para siyang submission versus strength versus bliss, ganun. And Finn Balor wins the thing for his 12 takeover win. Ewan ko, ba't may push pa to? Ewan nila, hindi nila bibigyan ng title shot si Finn Balor. So, well, not surprised. I'm going to rate the event after of the whole segment. So, mamaya ko i-explain. So, and then, the ladder match between Damian Priest, Janet Gargano, Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, and Velveteen Dream. To be honest, ang ganda na tong match na to, to be honest, in my opinion. Kasi, parang na-deliver nila yung match up na kasing ganda nung paano sila nag-crown ng first champion in their way na doon lang sa PC ginanap yung event. Siguro pag may crowd to, ang ganda siguro nito. Malaking bagay yung crowd dito, to be honest. Pero, guess what? Wala eh. Wala tayong magagawa. That's their thing naman kasi. Diba? So, I'm going to, upload some talents lang. So, Bronson Reed kasi, tangina, kaya niya makipagsabayan doon sa mga maliliit na wrestler na tumatalon-talon. So, that's a props to Bronson Reed kasi, tangina, yun. And then, kay Candice LeRae, putang ina, ang taas nun, puta. Ang taas nung tinalon ni Bronson Reed, sinakay niya si kay Candice LeRae, and then, bang! Damn it! Sobrang taas nun, sobra. And wala akong masabi, kundi, holy shit. So, next is Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee in a singles match. So, palakpakan ko muna si Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee did a great job as a heel and of course dun sa match itself. Pwede ko ba bigyan ng 4 to? Hindi yata pwede. So, kasi Pat McAfee is a great wrestler right there. Despite of the fact na first match niya pa lang to, ang ganda ng pinakita niya, sobra. Pero syempre, since Adam Cole is a veteran, they're going to agree na Adam Cole will win this thing obviously for himself. Adam Cole defeated Pat McAfee. And then, ito na yung isa pa sa mga pinaka di ko trip masyado na match up sa TakeOver. So, the women's title match is gonna be Io Shirai versus Dakota Kai. Parang slow pace siya sa umpisa dahil nga sa 2-on-1 advantage. And then, lately, ang ganda nung padulo. Padulo na yung mga 10 minutes before the end of the match. Ang ganda po eh. Ang ganda, putang ina. Wala akong masabi doon sa na yun. Hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin ko on that night, on that day. Pero hindi ko siya natapos nung nilive ko siya. Pero ang ganda putang ina. Wala akong masabi doon. Na kahit anong hindi maganda about the match. And siguro the match, ito yung isa sa mga hindi sobrang solid pero solid talaga yung solid yung padulo na pero yung una hindi. And then next, that's the NXT Championship. It's gonna be Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee for the title. And Karrion Kross defeated Keith Lee in a short match. Di siya sobrang haba. Mga 10 minutes lang to. 15 minutes, ganun. Sobrang ikli nun. Sobra. Wala akong masabi. And I love it. I love it. Sobra man. Wala akong masabi. I know. So, maraming may question about Karrion Kross victory. Kasi, bago lang yan. Bago lang yan sa roster. Wala pa yung napapatunayan. No! Hell no, man. Hell no. Hindi pa nagiging world champion si Karrion Kross since then. Ewan ko kung kailan pa yung huli niyang world championship. Pero sure ko, Drew McIntyre did the same thing, defeating Bobby Roode at SummerSlam weekend then to win the NXT Championship. And wala kayong complain doon, di ba? And itong kay Karrion Kross, daming complain. Kesyo, bago lang yan, ba't binigyan nyo agad ng championship match? No, that's not the deal. The deal here is, malakas sa tao si Kross, malakas yung charisma niya sa WWE, and he got the attention of the fans, including Scarlett, right? So, that's why Karrion Kross is the champion. You like it or not. But unfortunately, Karrion Kross, tinitignan pa siya ng doctor sa WWE if na-dislocate niya yung shoulder ni Karrion Kross during the match against Keith Lee. And wala pa tayong update doon. So, ilalabas ko na lang siya anytime of the week sa Facebook page ng podcast. So, stay tuned. Important to kasi future ng NXT yung nakasalalay dito. So, yun. And then, let's proceed to SummerSlam, shall we? Wait. Let's start. So, ito. Unahin natin tong United States Championship match between MVP and Apollo Crews. Nung una, ang pinuna ko agad yung team song ni MVP, but parang hindi na siya bago sa pandinig ko. Dahil naririnig ko na siya doon sa Uncaged album ba yun? Na nilabas nila recently. And para sa akin, di na bago yung kanta. Pero still, ang ganda nung kanta. Pero mas gusto ko pa din yung una niyang team song, yung ginagamit niya lagi. Mas gusto ko yun kaysa dito. Siyempre, iba pa rin talaga pag original, di ba? Yung totoong team song mo, doon ka nakilala eh. And then, SmackDown Women's Championship, it's gonna be Bayley versus Asuka. The one of the two matches ni Asuka that night. So, Bayley defeated Asuka to retain the title. And then, Sasha Banks defeated and beating the hell out of Asuka after that match. And then, unfortunately, Sasha lost the title. As usual, Sasha had potato as usual. So, di na ako masusurpresa doon dahil nga Sasha, hot potato. Boom! What the fuck is wrong with WWE? Ano ba 'to, sumpa 'to? Johnny Gargano 'to? Sasha Banks. Then next, yun, pinagsabay ko na yung review ko that match. So, hindi na ako sorpresa. Maganda yung Bailey versus Asuka pero hindi siya yung sobrang ganda. Hindi rin siya same dun sa Raw Women's title na sobrang BS. Maganda yung ilang parts lang pero BS talaga yung outcome. And then let's proceed na the Raw Tag Team titles. It's gonna be Andrade and Garza versus the Street Profits. Ang BS nung end. Sobrang parang naiklian lang ako. Kumain lang ako sandali tapos nawala na agad yung match. Ang bilis ng pangyayari dun eh. Nabibitin ako ng konti. So, expected ko naman na may payback pa. So, doon nila ihahabol yun. So, notes nga pala, wala akong predictions for payback. Kasi, Saturday, di ako nagre-record ng Saturday. Pagpasensya nyo na ako. So, instead, I'm going to make my direct review next week for WWE Payback. Ganito rin format, 1 hour format siguro to. Di ko mapapangako na 1 hour talaga to. So, sana mapahaba ko pa. Magrarantran pa ako pagkatapos. And, yun. Let's proceed to the no disqualification match between Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Loser leaves WWE. Ano man, madaming napapangitan dito. I don't know why. Madaming napapangitan dito, to be honest. Oh, gandang-ganda ako dito eh. Ang ganda nung sa match na to. Pero ang problema lang sa akin, parang na last minute nila to. Seriously. Na last minute nila tong thing na to. And sadly, Sonya Deville is out. Sana keep safe pa rin kay Sonya Deville. Sana malampasan mo yung hinaharap mo ngayon. Alam ko may kinakaharap ka lang ngayon, pero sure ko babalik at babalik ka sa WWE. And yun na siguro. Wait lang. So, tayo lang ako nabit. Commercial muna tayo.
This is PPD, the Philippine Podcast Directory, the one-stop list of podcasters in the Philippines. The PPD has brought a lot of podcasters and podcast titles together in one place. Our goals include bringing startup podcasts to a wider audience, forming a community of podcasters to raise the standards of Pinoy podcasting, and giving listeners a one-stop hub where they can find titles they might be interested in. The PPD also has its own podcast, The PPD Show, highlighting specific podcasters and podcasts in each episode to give listeners a glimpse of the people behind the mic. The PPD Show is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and wherever you listen to podcasts. The Philippine Podcast Directory can be found on Facebook and Instagram. If you have a podcast and would like to be included in the list, please send us a message and we would love to add you to our list and welcome you to our community.
So, let's continue on my thoughts on Mandy and Sonya Deville. So, in my opinion, maganda yung match, okay? So, maganda yung match up. But the problem here is parang ang quick ng pangyayari na they decided to change this thing up into a no disqualification loser leaves the beating. And ang dali ng pangyayari. So, less than 2 weeks away bago ang SummerSlam in-announce nila tong thing na to. So, parang ang BS sa akin ang dating. Pero but still, Mandy Rose wins the thing and Sonya is out of WWE. So, and then, next is the street fight between Ray's son, Dominic, and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins defeated Dominic in this matchup. Ang ganda ng match na to by the help of Dominic and of Murphy. Tapos nila to ng maganda tong matchup na to. Ang ganda sobra. Ang ganda. Dominic can wrestle to. So, ang ganda nung pinakita dito ni Dominic. Pero sadly, nanalo nga si Rollins. gaya nga ni Rey, sana mag-aayos si Dominic kay Rey Mysterio na nag-umpisa siya sa talo, and then nagtutuloy-tuloy na siya until na makapunta na siya sa top, until he became the champion in the future siguro. So yun, and then sinabi ko na yung women's title ng Raw. Para sa akin ano, maganda yung ano niya, konti lang. May spots dito na maganda pero wala, Sasha Banks yun, eh. Hindi ako nagagandahan masyado. Sasha ang nagpe-perform kasi. So, let's proceed to the WWE Championship match. Ano, so maganda, okay. Slow-paced, shit, that's a problem. Pero ano yan, pangit ng ending niya, eh. Ang ganda ng match, pero ang pangit ng ending, nakakabawas yun sa outcomes and sa points ng isang match-up. So, para sa akin ang pangit nung ending itong match na 'to. Pero maganda siya overall. And ang pangit lang siguro sa akin is the ending nga. Parang roll up lang and then that's it. Fuck them. May payback pa automatic, hindi pa siya na-announce, probably by recording naman. So, i-ano ko na lang siya next week for this next episode. And then, the main event. It's gonna be the Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. Para sa akin ano, okay lang. Pero ang ano nakita ko dito, Braun Strowman made his own fate. Ginawa niya yung sarili niyang pagkatalo dito sa ting na to. Sinira niya yung ring and then Sister Abigail, two Sister Abigails. And then that's it. Bray Wyatt is your new Universal Champion. Pero ito, bibigay ko muna yung ratings ko bago yung post review ko. So, La Breezango versus Legado and Birch and Locan is 2 out of 5 para sa akin. And then, Baller and Thatcher, 3 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5. The ladder match is 4. And then the rest, 3. And then, the SummerSlam weekend, United States title, hindi ko siya na-rate kasi sobrang ikli nun. And then, SmackDown Women's title and the Raw Tag titles, including the Raw Women's title, 2 out of 5. Para sa akin, ang lame lang nun. And then, the no disqualification match, 3 out of 5. The street fight is 4 out of 5. And the two main events is 3 out of 5. Para lang sa akin, bitin ako doon sa lahat ng world title matches. Siguro, surpresa lang talaga ako kay Roman Reigns since nagbalik niya siya sa WWE. And ito na, may post SummerSlam and Takeover review. So para sa akin, maganda tong SummerSlam na to, maganda tong Takeover. You can watch them both on the WWE Network. Ang downsides lang nitong Takeover na to siguro and SmackDown's Takeover pala. Takeover tuloy. Yung SummerSlam is yung both women's titles. Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. May downside lang konti sa akin yung NXT Women's Title kasi pakiramdam ko si Kaya mananalo dito, eh. Pakiramdam ko talaga nung una talaga pero hindi pala. And then yung BS na outcomes obviously ng women's title match sa SummerSlam, para sa akin ano lang, BS 'yon. So, yun na siguro. Yun na yung aking review. If I'm going to recommend matches from Takeover, gusto ko yung Thatcher versus Finn Balor ladder match. Tsaka yung Adam versus McAfee, panoorin nyo. Sobrang solid nun. And then sa SummerSlam naman, yung street fight, tsaka yung no DQ. Yun ang mga mare-recommend ko dito. So, yun. That's it. Wala pang ratings na nilalabas about AEW and NXT. So, hindi ko na siya sinasama ngayon for this episode. So, probably by tomorrow, ilalabas ko siya sa page na lang. And that's it for this episode. So, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, follow the podcast on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, whatever you listen to, and rate the podcast on Apple Podcast. Give it a 5 stars, and listen to the MTG Show Podcast app on the Google Play Store. Ang ganda nung app na yun, wala akong masabi. Gusto ko pa magkaroon ng premium dito sa podcast app natin. Titignan ko pa rin kung paano yung makukuha yung premium doon. Pinifigure out ko pa rin hanggang ngayon. Pinifigure out ko pa din kung paano mag-work yung premium dito sa app. So, and then follow the podcast on Facebook, facebook.com/the MTG Show Podcast, or the MTG Show Podcast in your search boxes. And then, Twitter and Instagram at the MTG Show Podcast. The MTG Show Pod pa lang. And, huling thing, bago ako matapos, if, gusto nyong gumawa ng Podmetrics account, use my code MTG Show Pod to start your Podmetrics. Again, that's MTG Show Podcast. Malit pala ako kanina. So, Podmetrics, hindi ko na siya i-explain dito. Basta, Podmetrics is owned by Podcast Network Asia. And also, happy anniversary pala, Podcast Network Asia. Kahit di man ako parte dyan, pero happy anniversary pa rin, Podcast Network. And then, shoutout sa PHC, sa HXC, sa Podcast PH, Philippine Podcast Directory, sa patuloy na pagsuporta dito sa podcast natin. And probably next week is a different week. Ewan ko kung magbabago pa yung programming ko for next week. Pero pagka meron ng Wrestle House, ibabalik natin tong Wrestle House series na to sa Attention to Detail. And then probably this week, I'm going to release the Attention to Detail pa about Raw Underground, the in-depth review. And so, ayan. Again, this is the Unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. Every week, this is the MTG Show Podcast. I'm out. See you on the next episode.